All right, welcome back to another part analysis on GPPG price. So before we dive into what I'm currently looking at, I want to quickly share my previous analysis and what I'm expecting from the market. So the loss I made, the mistake I made, and can't really recall my thought process in that process. But I want to at least brief my previous trade, the mistake and the loss I take, and what I'm looking for. So without wasting much of our time, here on daily time frame on GG. And what we can see currently on the market is the market is trending to the upside. So once we're able to figure out the direction of the market, the next thing to do in the market is to be able to spot our zone, the level we should be looking for opportunity to take trade, which is looking for opportunity to buy. So here on the daily time frame, what we can see here is the market is trending up. So should be looking for more opportunity of buying. So I use the daily time frame to figure out my direction. So one thing I've also come to at least for the time like come to learn is your entries as important to your as your take profit. So once you be able to figure out your entry, you should be able to at least point where you should be looking to take profit, because once you're in a profit you'll be expecting more and more from the market and things will not really work that way. So you should always have a target point. That's the point. So what we can see here before we jump into the looking for this week, let's at least analyze, point out the mistake we made and what we should be looking out for. So previously I've already known that the market is trending to the downside. Why? Because from the weekly time frame, if we observe from the weekly time frame, we have a sequence of bullish candles. But now a sharp drop in the market, a situation whereby market is clearly bullish, a sharp drop will not cause a reversal. You can still expect the market to at least push up before the main reversal can occur. So let's at least start from this point, because without wasting much of our time, because I've already done much analysis. So I think yeah, this imbalance here and this zone right about here, those are the major key level we're expecting price to, like, this was the initial level I was expecting price to retrace to. This zone right about here, I think this is whatever time frame it is, but hope you get the gist. Here's our demand level. I was anticipating price to come into. So this was the demand level I was expecting price to trace over. My pending order was right about here, but when price shy away from me before this aggressive push to the upside. Now once you have now that's one of the things I was trying to point out. Once you have a entry point, you also must also have a possible take profit level, must have a target point. So where I was looking to take my profit was this zone right about here. So I was expecting a, at least since the market is a bearish market, overall market trend is bearish, I was anticipating for a reversal around this zone here. And so what was my thought process here? So I was expecting price to at least tap into my demand level before the push to this level. So once price like tag approach my target level here, I supposed to take, but I missed it. I was not able to fill into it. So once you get to my target, we have this. Now I was at least think I was still expected to take sell trade here. Now the sell trade I was expected to take is a full reversal, so I was not really like I was not really concerned about this sharp drop in price. So I need a significant price correction so for me to know that the market is coming for a reversal. So once we have this linear drop in price, so I was like, okay, the market is not ready based on behavior. At least for the market to, this is a full-blown trend reversal. For it to at least reverse that is coming down, we need to see a significant price correction. So this is not really giving me a what I'm really expecting as to consider this full bullish trend to reverse. So I was not really, I wasn't focused on this sharp drop. So once we have this sharp drop, what I was anticipating, and definitely once price drop like that, since the market is still bullish, once price drop, there's a tendency that is there's high tendency that it's going to go back again, which is to react from is demand level and blown to the upside. So this is what I was more focused on. Yeah, this is also a if you can carefully observe. This is a supply zone. So so once we have this, we have two major level of concern. So I was not really, my issue was I was not really paying attention to the first initial level here. This first demand, I was still at least still concerned about this extreme level of demand, which I previously placed a penny order, which I missed. So what I was expecting, since this was a linear pull, there's not any build up of liquidity. So I was expecting this, there's no buy side liquidity to be swept. So what I was thinking, this initially, if price failed to create liquidity here to sweep, the next available liquidity will reside below this swing point. So I was anticipating that price is going to push below this level to sweep the liquidity tap to my zone before they push to the upside, because I not really consider this to be a full trend reversal. So that was my thought process. So I was not really paying much attention to this zone here, but so how does this play out? Okay, I think I still place it, but I'll still share it. So as now, since this is a 4-hour time frame, let's go to the 2-hour. Now, since there's no any build up of liquidity at the buy side of the left side of the curve, I was not really focused on, and this is my liquidity point I was expecting. So now, as the market is building, and this from this top level here, there's a lot of people. So what I was looking at, this is our high, this is our low, this is an high. So price is creating structure down to which is build up liquidity. This is the liquidity point, swap this liquidity. So as the price is coming, I already have a target that the price is coming this level or this level. So if possible, I can still look for possible, if I understand now, this is more like counter trading, yeah. But I will pointer. That's why I say having a clear target is very important. Now, one thing to understand is this market is still bullish, but the way it's dropping is coming down to a level to fill up a major level before the aggressive push to the upside. So what I was anticipating here is, now what we know is, now once we have this up here, we drop, push up, we have a low here, and this is more of advanced market structure. So now as this market push up, drop, now this is, to me, this is not like a clear reversal for me, because it's too linear. If you go to the higher time frame, this is just 1 hour time frame. So as, let's try to get my point here. As this market is building bearish momentum to the downside, once it's push up, go down, like more, if it's coming to your target, but definitely must create structure down, like trying to create swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low to come down. So this is the major swing point. This is a major swing point. After this low, we have a push with this. So this, you anticipate that this push, this is a linear. Now, how do we know that market is still coming? There's not any build up of bullish momentum. Definitely we know that the market will come and break below this low. So we can read this internal structure as it's coming down. to break low. So let's go to the 30 minutes. Now from the 30 time, here is our from the 30 minutes time frame. I just want to share my trade I took. I did not take loss, but I was too selfish. Since I was not interested in this zone, I put my TP at the extreme zone. That's why I was not able to take trade, which stopped me at break even. Now, as the market is coming down, now we're already in the internal structure. As the market is coming down towards it's building internal ranges. This is we have the high, low, high, low, high, low. So we can look for opportunity to target our extreme level here. But so what I'm trying to point out here is we are trying to take advantage of the internal structure, targeting our entry point. So if you observe here, we have a zone here. The rule still remains the same: buy at, sell as supply. We have a zone here. We have a zone here, which price targeting. We have a zone here, which price targeting. I will not be much detail here, but the other factor you have to consider. Next thing, we have this zone here. We have this zone here. So since price is breaking structure to the downside, internal bearish structure, which is the internal within, as price is building to a key level, so we can take advantage, target that level. I don't want to be much detail. So what we have here is, so what I did here is to place my order here, target the extreme, which is supposed to be here. That's the mistake. Which here, this is the extreme demand level I point out from the higher time frame. So definitely this level has a year and year. So what I did, I put my take profit here. Technical, not just technical. So I was expecting this level to break at a push down. So I should have put my take profit here. You know, most of the time I'm trying to make this video as fast as possible, so because my memory space not. We'll have gone down to explain this and break down this possible. I think I'll make video on in this zone like this, which there's no zone to be neglected in the market. Every zone has a potential to push the market to the upside, so should pay much attention to the zone, no matter how small it is. So you know that I'm loving. Let's talk. Let's show. Let's turn on the history for you to see. So we can see here now. This is where I took the trade. This is where I took the trade here. So I was targeting here instead of this level. Now I've made a video that initial reaction of a price from a zone should be very careful. So I know what I was doing here. So I'm supposed to target. So once price reach here, I just push up, push down. So I just break even. I think there was 8 line profit. I was going 0.02. So I break even before price spike against push up. So yeah, what a mistake. So the next thing let's go to the 2 hour. The next thing I saw is, since price has, this was the next level I was looking to take trade from. So I was like, okay, definitely this is high, low, high. So I was expecting price to push all the way up here. Good. Now this is a little bit technical. Now if my psychology here is not, there's no really any clear. Now once I said this is not a really pure trend reversal, so I was still expecting a more significant. Now looking at the 2 hour time frame, this is really big. You can still consider this as a double top, but it's from here, this time frame is a little bit quite large. So what I was like, my thought process here, let me point it out here. Let's go to the weekly time frame. Now I just want to, now if you observe carefully from the weekly time frame here, let me remove the history. Now carefully observing from the weekly time frame, we have weekly imbalance. So what I was anticipating was, this push to come and fill up this I was expecting this bearish move to come, sweep this, feel this imbalance, weekly imbalance that is here. This is the imbalance here. It's not obvious on the daily time frame. So once I have this reaction here, I was seeing the price pushing up. So here on the daily time, this was the other block I was observing. So I say, okay, if indeed price is hesitated, definitely it's coming to push. Since it's create an imbalance, we have this candle here, this bearish candle, this bullish candle, there's an imbalance. I say definitely price is, if the market has not reversed, if it's coming to feed this imbalance here before targeting this, feed this up on, will trace from here, come out, come to this downside. So that was the essence of me placing, which is not obvious on the, that was the essence of me taking a trade here, taking trade and targeting. Definitely price will push up, targeting this level. So definitely I see price maybe probably come react from here before it. If not, it's not really obvious on the 1 hour. My psychology was based on this imbalance on the, which is still present on the 4 hour and the weekly. So I was still expecting price to come push here. So I said before it rally up cause the main trend reversal. So I was still expecting that weekly candle to push further down. But this what happened, blew me through. That was where I took loss. So now currently what are we expecting from the market? Now from at this point now the market is still bullish. So what we should be looking for? You should be looking for more of buying. So the point at the currently where it is now, we cannot say we want to buy or want to sell. So if we want to buy, we should be looking for a price to push down to this level before we look for opportunity to buy, or we see a significant price correction at this level. It must be significant, because like what I'm still expecting the price to still push further up. So but except you can see a push, but the way it is now, cannot make any trade up. Or if we take any trade, we are going to counter the main trend, because the weekly is still strongly bullish. So we expect the market to push up, push down a little bit to our key level before I look for person to buy, or from this level break through this level, just like that. But the way it is now, there's no any, cannot do anything now. We have to be patient. That's one of the most important things. So let me call the video. I have other things to do here. Thank you.